Think we can begin. It's 1:15.
I suppose I should.
So good evening and welcome to this meeting
Yes.
of the Old Kings Highway Committee of the Town of Yarmouth, which is being held in accordance with Chapter 470 of the Acts of 1973 as amended. It's 7:15 p.m. on Monday, January 10th, 2022 at the Yarmouth Town Hall Hearing Room located at 1146 Route 28, South Yarmouth. Moreover, pursuant Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, GL Chapter 3A, considering certain COVID-19 measures, this meeting is run in a hybrid mode. And so occasionally we might have people visiting us via television hookup or telephone, depending on what they're doing. So tonight we have 7 new applications for certificates of appropriateness and 2 that were continued from previous meetings. They will be heard this evening in the order that was listed on the agenda. Please be reminded that our committee's main purpose is to review items for appropriateness and setting, and it's the responsibility of the applicant to comply with the regulations of other town boards and departments, including building, conservation, engineering, health, zoning, and the sign inspector. You should know that there is a 10 calendar day appeal period starting once a decision is filed with the town clerk. Any person aggrieved by our decision tonight can appeal to the Regional Commission of the Old Kings Highway. And our office administrator will be happy to answer any questions you have with respect to that process. So the first item is replace a casement window, 3 double hung windows at 56 Canterbury Road. The homeowner is Bernard Nugent, and renewal by Anderson as the agent. Are they here? Renewal by Anderson has been here frequently, and they're usually here on time.
I think there's somebody online. Oh, you got, okay. Mhm.
He's online?
Yeah.
He's the green guy.
Hello, my name is I'm here representing for the Nugent project.
Okay, we have a poor hookup.
Can you hear me?
Okay, that's better. Good. Okay, so let's see. So there's some markings on the drawing, the front of the house, the 2 windows to the left, and 1 toward the center of the picture. That's this one, which,
Correct.
okay,
That is the side of the house you cannot see. That is the casement window being installed at the side entrance of the home. Again, that's away from where you can see it, but we are doing a like for like replacement of the casement window.
okay. So the grills that I see on this are like 12 over 12.
Correct.
Good.
And we are replacing like as well with that same pattern, 4 wide and 3 high. So they are 12 over 12. So they will be the same.
Good, good. So,
Are there any abutters to the application present?
There
56
is one property to the right of the home as you're looking at it from the street.
No, I meant were they present?
Oh, are they present? Gotcha. Sorry.
Just like to hear from abutters if they wish to be heard. And hearing nothing, I move to approve the application.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Do I get to vote? No.
Unanimous. Lisa, thank you. So the next item is concerning installing roof-mounted solar panels at 223 West Great Western Road. The homeowner is Jamie Carter, and Solar Wolf is the company represented here. Oh, gentleman from Solar Wolf is here.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
How you guys doing?
So,
I did bring a zoomed out picture if anybody wanted to see it. There's nobody behind them.
yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Is this one property or two?
It's a garage and a house. But when you look it up on Google Maps, it actually pins the neighbor's
I was
house.
just looking at that one. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
So what is the annual production?
this 10 kilowatt system doing almost 12 at a 11,844.
When I drove by, it didn't seem that the proposed panels would be visible from either direction on Great Western Road.
We do the best to do that when we can.
Mhm.
And this is actually a great site for that.
Right.
I agree. Not visible.
Really only one affected abutter. Is that abutter present?
I guess not.
I move to approve.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Rosemary?
Aye.
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 Cindy? Aye.
Thank you guys very much.
Well, we should be signing these sheets off. Falling asleep at the wheel here. The gentleman from Solar Wolf, come forward, please. Our usual agreement that if you can make any changes, let us know. in advance. Agreement.
Have the other one?
Yeah.
Does the alternate sign as well? Does the alternate sign as well?
Isn't that just, no, we have so many.
That's done, I guess.
Okay. Now let's take care of the first one.
Is anybody here for this?
I guess.
The next item is concerned with adding a second floor over part of the house and a porch at 56 Greenland Circle. Benjamin Grew is the homeowner and Grew Building is the agent. Good evening. We have Benjamin here.
Good evening. Yep, Ben Grew.
Okay.
I live at 56 Greenland and right now it's a 1980s ranch and we're proposing to add a second floor and a portion of the house and a front porch. Any questions? Hopefully I can answer them.
When I was over there talking to your wife, I could not envision what you were going to do.
All right.
As she was explaining it to me,
Oh, yeah.
I think it looks really nice.
She kind of has a tough time visualizing things, but or expressing, But yeah, I think it looks.
I just couldn't visualize it, but
Yeah.
it looks really nice, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
It's on the other side.
I have a full set here if you want to.
No, I think it'll look nice too.
Yeah.
Yes, the extra. Yeah, there you
When I first saw this item on the agenda and I drove around Greenland Circle, I was a little concerned that all the houses on Greenland Circle, with the exception of one, which is on the corner of Weano, and I'm not sure whether that's a Greenland address or a Weano address, are all single-story houses, but it's such a modest,
Change.
such a modest addition and
Mhm.
nice and discreet that my qualms have been allayed. But I am interested to know if there are any abutters to this property present.
Kind of went with the front porch to break up that, second floor there. Big wall facing the street.
Now, what are you going to do with that porch? Are you going to do anything with it? Railings, banisters?
It's gonna be so low.
You don't need, I know you don't need,
I was
what
hoping
is it you
not.
don't need? Railings, I
Railing,
guess.
yeah.
It-
Prefer not to do a railing. It's gonna be low enough.
So the post, you'd have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts,
Yeah,
one in between the two windows mold.
6 posts total.
And these will be like 4x4s, or 6x6, or what?
4x4.
Not built out or anything. Very
Or
simple.
just wrapped to trim.
Okay.
I think it looks good and I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
Now, and if you sign this document, it just says you're going to build it according to plan, or else let us know changes in advance. You've been through this before, I'm sure. Thank you.
3 for 3.
Good luck with it. Okay.
In the back, or does it go?
Keep them together here. Okay. The next item is concerned with a bit of a fix-up, replacing rotted clapboard, white cedar shingles, painting the clapboard, trim doors, replacing windows at 259 Willow Street. And the owner This Latham Centers. Irina McPhee is the agent. So it's Irina.
Yes, my name is Brian Benavides. I'm the Director of Facilities for the Latham Centers.
Irina McPhee representing Latham Centers.
May I pose a question? Richard? May I pose a question?
Sure.
I didn't understand on the picture of Sandwich Town Hall, and there's a note similar to.
Correct. The color at the Sandwich Town Hall,
Mhm.
I think it was 1883 or whatever, is very similar to that color.
The Booth Bay Gray is. that
Booth Bay
correct?
Gray, that's one of your approved colors?
Right. So are you going from white to Booth Bay Gray
Correct.
on all fronts, on all?
On the clapboard, not on the white cedar
Right.
shingles.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to reference another
Yeah.
historical building.
Yeah.
But the cedar shingles will be natural.
Correct.
They don't seem to like to be painted.
Mm-mm,
No,
not
they
at all.
don't.
Not
Like
at all.
often. It looks worse.
They do, but they like to be painted every year.
Yeah. Let it soak in, huh?
What did you say you weren't painting?
The cedar shingles.
Oh, this, okay.
The natural shingles, if you see them in the picture.
Okay.
Some of, there's clapboard and white cedar shingles.
Will you keep the shutters?
We don't know yet,
Yeah.
perhaps. I put the shutters on there just in case. They're an extra expense, so
Mhm.
it depends on budget.
Would they be black?
Correct.
Yes.
It looks nice with the shutters.
It does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The shutters make a big difference in the building. It's so big
Mm.
that you need something to.
Break up the
bring it-
mass.
Bring it into.
Yeah, I
bring
think it-
down the mass.
I think it
Yeah, because,
gives it some definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
bring it Into the community.
We agree.
Yeah.
and unlike
Absolutely.
Sandwich Town Hall, these windows are pretty far apart, it looks like. and
Also at the
smaller.
Sandwich Town Hall, those are historic windows.
Right,
Which
exactly.
have been refurbished and much larger,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
which are also black. So,
Are there any abutters to this project? I move to approve.
Second,
Those in favor?
I,
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you would sign this
You need
document,
me to come up?
yeah,
Like, sure.
contractor.
Use these because these are the ones I will receive.
Okay.
They have those documents.
you just dropped your gloves there.
Nice pickup.
Oh, I'm gonna need those.
One good deed for the week.
Oh, thank God you're here. How's your project coming along?
Slowly.
Good.
Good luck with it.
Thank you for asking. That's a bottle of wine night.
Oh, there you go. If only I drank wine. I'll give it to you.
She already gave me one.
Okay. Yeah.
The next item, again, a big project here. Complete new roof frame. So you take the roof off completely as opposed to the house that we just saw, which was going to do just one section of the second floor. Change the pitch to a 10/12. Have shed dormers front and back. The garage will be made into a two-car garage from a one-car. And we'll have a new roof and a front porch and the roof over the existing doorway entry. All windows changed. 120 Homer's Dock Road. And Doreen and Giovanni Del Monaco are the owners, and Bill Daniels is the agent. So Bill seems to be on remote.
He's on the Zoom meeting.
Is Bill able to speak?
He's muted.
Oh, sure.
Hello?
Hi, Bill.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I couldn't figure out how to unmute it.
Okay. So this is a big job. You got Ted Hall.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm Bill Daniels. I'm the agent for the Del Monaco, and basically what we're doing is we're taking the second floor roof off because it's like a shallow pitch, and they want to add a second floor to the main house. They want to add 10 feet to the garage and make it into a two-car garage. And the pitch on the roof is going to be a 10 pitch now with the shed dormer in the back and a couple of dormers in the front.
Are they gonna be the same in back as in front?
Yes, well, it's going to be a full dormer on the back. If you look at the elevations, it's just along the main house though.
And the entire house will be covered with cedar shake.
Yes, but yeah, you're talking about the walls, right? The siding?
Along, like right now, the front of the house.
Yeah, it's all with cedar shingles.
Thanks.
What color is the garage door to be?
It's gonna be white.
White. What
Yeah.
are the shutters to be?
I put that down in the application. I think there were, she gave me a color, but I'm not sure. She just changed the color of the door. I just found out. Apparently that's been put on the application.
Van Dusen blue.
We're changing the doors. If we're gonna change the door, yeah, that's it. That's the one. That would be on the shutters too.
Okay.
The shutters are changing the color.
Well, the door is Van Dusen blue. Well, the shutters are crossed out on the,
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I think we took the last shutter off. That's what it was. We only had one set of shutters on there, so there was no sense of putting the shutters on. And she asked if we could just take them off to save it an expense.
so no shutters.
No no shutters.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the windows really don't allow for shutters. There's not that much space
I only see two sets of shutters here.
adjacent to them.
Right. So they'll go away, I guess.
They'll go away.
Sets of shutters, one to the left of the door and one over the garage. The rest of them don't look like they have shutters at all.
No, they don't. No.
But you're gonna eliminate those two sets.
Yes. We're actually replacing all the windows and they're going in different locations, et cetera. We got the main window in the living room, which is the front, that main big front window and you really wouldn't put shutters on something like that. It's so big anyway already.
The post, PVC post, 8x8,
8 by 8, yes.
square,
The fiberglass,
yeah, the square,
yeah, the square, yes. With the base and a cap.
yep.
Are there any abutters present?
So I have a question before we move on. So flanking the door to the left as you're looking at the front facade, those
Mhm.
shutters are not there. And there's wall behind them, right?
Just plain.
Sorry, I misunderstand what you're saying.
So
On the front door itself?
my question has to do with balance. The windows to the left, as shown on the plan, have shutters. You're not going to have those shutters.
No, we're gonna take them out. She didn't want any shutters.
Oh,
She
there-
said she wanted the shutters out.
So there's nothing behind the shutters, just
I
the
mean,
two.
if you insist to put the shutters in, we'll put them in, but
Well, my question has to do with balance. I'm thinking
Yep.
of, we've got a large expanse of window to the right, and you eliminate those shutters,
yeah,
then
it's gonna look tiny.
disparity is more apparent.
Yeah,
I agree.
the two mold windows are narrower than the ones up above.
Mhm.
So it would be nice to leave those shingles on, or the shutters.
Yeah, okay, we can do that. They would be the same color as the door.
Okay.
Okay,
And then
Thank
we
you.
might as well put them
Hopefully
on.
that's a calmer blue than what's there now.
It's a printer.
Yeah, she submitted it to Lisa, so I don't know. I haven't seen the color myself. I don't know.
Yeah. The dark blue, yes.
Oh, good, okay.
Any other questions or comments?
Just wanted to look at this.
Is there gonna be a balcony over the front door there? Looks like there's a balcony.
No, that's just a small little covered area over the front porch, over the front stoop.
No, but doesn't that look like?
So I guess no one spoke up to the question that Rosemary answered about abutters. I guess there are no abutters who want to speak.
Let's just see. I move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
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 nice job, Bill.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a great night. Stay safe.
Pictures. These yours.
Next item is concerned with adding an outdoor kitchen, so to speak, to the pool house at 47 Sisters Circle. Robbie Basso is the owner.
Looks like you're going to have a wonderful summer.
I hope so. I hope it's gonna be done soon, you know?
Yeah.
May I ask, I was a little confused as we're adding a kitchen, but the whole structure looks like it's new.
Pergola.
Yeah, it's been like
It is.
one after the other, been
Okay,
adding to
so
the house, you
the
know?
pergola
We
exists
started
and
just
then-
with the house and then we had a pool
Okay,
house,
so
and
that-
now
The pool house is done, right?
it's up now. Yeah,
And so this pergola is in addition to that.
exactly, yeah.
and
That's what I'm here for, yeah.
It provides some protection for the elements if you're working there. Is it going to be outdoor fireplaces or?
I don't
gas?
have plan yet for an outdoor fireplace. I'm just putting the pergola for now. And gonna have some like outdoor kitchen under the pergola.
Is that like the, structure out of
It's gonna be some
Bricks
stone,
and
like kind of
mortar?
stonework,
stonework?
yeah, like,
Yeah.
and built in.
Okay. So when you get to that point, we'd like to see what it looks like.
Sure, yeah.
And because that's one of the things that's in our purview is its structure.
Yeah. Sure.
The pergola is another structure, so once it gets warmer into the May, June timeframe, you'd be looking to further
Sure, yeah, we
embellish
can
that.
take some picture or like, I mean, just send some.
Good. Okay.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We would just ask you to sign this document of agreement that if you're going to make changes, let us know.
It's turning into quite the showplace you're
It is.
building. To call Architectural Digest.
For the kids, you know?
My parents never said that.
No.
It's for the kids. No, I don't think so. There were 11 of us, so there you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Can't wait to see the next big idea.
Well, I think that's it.
That's it? Oh, okay.
The next item is another one concerned with second floors. It's an unusual night to have three jobs somewhat similar. This is at 27 Longview Road. And there'll be alterations on the first floor, and new exterior finishes as required, and siding, doors on the water side, and expansion of some of the windows. So Robert and Gretchen Kossak are the owners, and Chris Cannon is the agent. Chris, you are the designer.
I am the architect, yes.
Good.
So just as it says, we're basically looking to add a little space by pushing a couple bedrooms upstairs, removing the roof, replacing the roof, and sort of salt boxing the house. It's a very simple house at this point. It's just kind of a box.
Right.
And we're giving it some form, and don't think it's anything too dramatic. The trim is going to be white, the windows will be white. If they look to return the color of yellow that's currently there, we'll come back to you and ask for it at some other point. But at this point, we're looking to try and unify everything. Right now, there are windows that are a couple different colors, so trying to just get it one color. No changes to the doors, no shutters. And the only thing that's different is the roof, which I gave you a sample of.
That's an architectural shingle on the roof.
Yes.
Yeah, the Woodwright double hungs are a nice window.
I found they last longer than wood windows.
Yeah, good.
They look pretty good. We apply the grills inside and out, so they look as authentic as possible.
Right. That's nice.
You replacing the roof
Yeah, the whole roof will come off.
and it's going to be a different pitch?
It's going to be a different pitch, 9/12 pitch. It's going to be elevated. I think it was around 11 or so, about 9 feet, like it says.
One nice thing from the standpoint of the abutter across the street is because of the topography of where you are, you're really not impacting them at all.
Yeah. The houses are fairly well separated. This is a corner lot, so,
Yep.
you know, they're pretty far from the
Yeah.
houses across the street.
Great spot.
Yeah, sure is.
So it would be 2 bedrooms upstairs and the bath.
Correct. The rails on the deck that we propose at the second level are the exact same as what's at the first level. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here.
Will there be kayak racks included?
I'm sorry?
Will there be kayak racks included?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Not part of your design.
Denied.
Yeah.
They're a whole lot away from the water. They have to go through some other lot that I think maybe the town owns. so.
Yeah.
It is close to the water though.
I don't know how anybody else feels. This doesn't really matter, I don't think, but this single dormer in the middle of this expansive roof just looks small to me. I don't know. I have in mind like a shed dormer,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
just does anybody else think it looks?
I personally I like doghouse dormers.
Okay.
I mean, not with no reflection on the size, that's a different issue,
Yeah,
but
well,
shed
just-
versus doghouse, I'm a doghouse dormer guy.
doghouse. Okay.
So,
Yeah, the problem is that the room inside is really meant to have a window like that, right? So you really wouldn't want to broaden it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the window is a function of the type of room that's there. It's a bathroom.
Just a
that's
bathroom?
There, yeah, so it wouldn't want to be anything larger.
They don't live here, right? It's a summer place?
Summer house, yeah.
And the other thing, they're going to be architectural shingles.
yeah,
So they give a lot of texture
yeah.
and variation.
Yeah, I think looking at this plan is a little deceiving because it's the stark white
Mhm.
with this dormer
Right.
sort of
I
segregated in
think
the
with the
center.
roof color and everything.
That'll help a
Probably
lot.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And once the shingles age.
Yep.
and
And the, wood cedar shingles are aging too.
Mm-hmm,
But right away, as soon as you shingle the roof, it'll look much better.
mm-hmm.
Any other questions or comments?
I think it's a big step up. I move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Much.
Chris, if you would sign this document,
Tables.
if you're going to make any changes, let us know in
Number
advance.
2, which was
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck
You're
with it
welcome.
all. Okay, so that concludes the new applications. next one is on 31 Eileen Street, and we'll need a motion to take it off of being,
I move to untable the application.
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
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 So this is Scott Witherell is the owner and Paul DeGray of Vision Solar is the agent. And this is to install roof-mounted solar panels at 11 Eileen Street.
31.
I'm sorry, 31. And let's see if he's remote. This item has been tabled and tabled and tabled and tabled.
Looks like it's going to get tabled again.
Yeah, but the panels are already there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an old job that was done, what was it, at least 5 years ago,
Mhm.
without permission by anyone, even the building department, just sort of put them up. And I assume they didn't work very well. And so now they want to put up some good ones that will work and go through the process of getting them approved. So Lisa, no word from them today, huh?
Not, no.
I move to table the application. Do you want to give them a few more minutes and have me say
We
until
could
after the
table it
next?
To the end of the, yeah.
Yeah.
end of the meeting.
I'll move to table to the end of the meeting.
Second.
Well, then, in favor of tabling?
Aye.
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 We'll move on. The next item has been pulled. So we'll move on to item 3, which is, again, solar panels, and this is at 3 Belvedere Terrace, and we'll have to take that.
I
off.
move to untable this application.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So this is the homeowners are Carolyn and Ralph Loaders, and Solar Wolf Energy is the agent. And the representative is here tonight for this as well. To install 10 335-watt panels with micro inverters at this address. Now,
Can I ask a question, please?
yeah,
I was actually wondering if you guys had a chance to go by the property in the last week or so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm only asking because one of the major questions was whether or not the trees were deciduous. We took a couple pictures earlier today, also in November.
Mhm.
Majority of the trees do stay there, so I wanted to make sure that was. And another thing is, originally the panels were all to the right. The homeowners are willing to have them moved over to the left if that helps them move and be less visible.
When you say to the left, do you mean
okay,
farther off of Center Street?
it's to the right.
Looks like they're on the inside now instead of,
Is that, I just want to make sure it's accurate. So they'll move them to the other side.
they'll move them to here.
The smaller
We can do-
side?
I have either or.
Yeah, this one shows over there.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're willing to do either, whichever one is going to be the better option.
Mary, what's the pitch on the current option, depicted option about?
I'll just pass that up.
Yeah, oh, naturally. Looks like it's about the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
Pitch is 34 degrees.
Okay, it's about the same.
Yeah. So which one has the steeper pitch?
I think they're
The main
same.
house or the part to the right?
They're both 34.
I think
They're both
the same.
34.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a breezeway between that's a little bit shorter.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Belvedere is certainly a less traveled road than Center Street.
Yes.
So, and as you're progressing to the south from Homer's Dock on Center Street, these panels would be less visible than were they on the other side and you were progressing north on Center Street.
Mhm.
well, they are, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
They're moving them.
Oh, they're not.
when
I
I
thought they're
drove
moving
by,
them to
They're
the
showing
side.
both sides. They're showing both.
yeah,
Yeah, we have options.
Yes.
Well, the question is which one you want to do.
That's
Which one has
exactly
better
right.
coverage?
This one looks.
but,
good to
but
me.
They're
I
actually,
felt like both sides of the roof were quite visible going north or south on Center Street.
I just have a couple photos, so it's not like,
Are these the ones from today, you said?
these are from today. This is
I
from
thought there were 4 roof planes in play.
No,
Yeah.
these two.
Kind of just gives
This
you an idea of-
drawing indicates that they are willing to think about all 4 of these planes.
You wouldn't want the other
No,
side.
they can't do the other side.
So we're only talking about the garage. We're not talking about the main house.
Either one.
I think the further in they are, the better.
Orange.
Like that right there.
It did seem like
Yes.
the further in they are, the more,
The less
Obtrusive.
yeah. And if they're moved farther in, it'll be the same number of panels, 5 over 5.
it's the same system, yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So this looks like a lot of brush. I'm wondering, do they plan to thin this out, clean it up, and then that'll be gone?
Everything we've spoken to them is they were keeping those.
Keeping everything here?
Yes.
So the idea of moving the panels farther in is in lieu of the landscaping plan that had been
I was
requested.
trying to give as many options for that as possible. This whole corner
Mhm.
is full of trees as we speak. Some of them are deciduous, some of them are not.
Talking about right there?
Is it?
On this one here? What kind of trees are they?
So there's a mix. That's why I'm trying to give you the photos of the,
Yeah.
because if you look at the winter photos, obviously they're thinned out a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's still some trees that are completely green.
Mhm.
As the summertime comes, that fills in completely. The concern seemed to be was in the winter that it'd be, everything drops to leaves. They do have a significant amount of trees there that are still green, and that's in January. So that's kind of why we even pushed it off, was to see what it looked like in December.
Jeremy, do you know what kind of shingles they have? Are they your basic dark shingles or?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a very small system.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to blend in with the dark shingles pretty much.
So do you plan to put some of these trees in?
Those trees are there.
These are existing?
Yeah, behind the house,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
So the owners are balking at a landscape plan? Is that the problem?
So there's trees behind the house and they actually go the whole way. It's not necessarily a bobcat. Like, if you go to the property, there are trees behind the house.
Oh, I've been there
Okay.
several times.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at this picture right here, and there's a straight shot from this house right into their backyard.
Mhm.
So if the no abutters are here, obviously. I mean, I see that as the only issue is that if, if they're not happy, I suppose if they're not happy, they should be here, but that is a straight shot. I don't see a tree in sight between that house and the Belvedere house. So I don't know.
There'll be very little impact on the appearance of the house. They're on the back, they're on the back of the garage.
But they are visible from Center Street, no
Yeah.
matter where you put them.
But again,
Glimpses.
in the winter.
They're still visible. I drove by there today. All the roofs are visible. Now, we could talk about minimal and whether minimal applies in this case, but to say they're not visible is not true. They are.
But it's a minimal.
But they are
impact.
visible, Richard. I'm only saying, let's be clear on what we're talking about. They're visible. We can talk about whether they're minimally visible and therefore we can allow them or not, but there's no point in saying they're not visible.
I think you're right, and I would agree that they're minimally visible, and that's why I think it's a valid approval.
Yeah, and it really doesn't impact the design of the house. It doesn't look ugly from
Well,
a neighbor's house. And it really
I
doesn't-
think I'd like to have the neighbor check in on this. Since, I don't know, I mean, this house over here too, the abutters,
They've been notified, correct?
Yeah,
they've
They,
been
they should
notified.
be here if they have a problem.
And just to be fair, this is something that we've done numerous nights on, just so they were notified the first time as well as this time.
Right. This is like our third go around with this, right?
Yeah.
And they've been notified every time and have chosen not to.
Yes.
Okay, well,
I think it's really a minimal
I'm
impact,
going with minimal.
but
I would be much more comfortable if there was a landscape plan. Much more comfortable.
we had talked about that at the previous meeting
Mhm.
of putting
I thought it was going to happen.
3 or 4 evergreens.
Was
in
that the
place.
stipulation of the end? of it?
Well, I don't,
They had to
I'd
produce
have to
them.
review the video if it's available. And yeah, Channel 18.
The concern for the landscape plan that I understood was that the trees were considered to be deciduous. That's why we pushed this off.
Right.
See.
Is we tried to get it into the winter months and go for a minimal impact.
I think the trouble with even the landscape plan, though, it's going to take 15 years for it to be effective.
That's right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
That
You know,
is
it's-
absolutely right.
I think the basic issue here is the fact that you can see them, that's the basic issue. But if you've got abutters that have 3 times opted not to object, then I don't know. I think you lose your.
So which roof have we just settled on?
I think the
What are we voting on?
farthest one in.
The garage roof.
Garage,
On facing the,
Yeah, where is-
facing south.
Facing south, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Got a picture of it. Where did it go?
The last picture. It's on all of them, basically.
There it is.
Yep, I got it.
okay, so we agree on location.
Well, it's really up to the applicant, I think,
Well,
to propose a location.
He agreed,
The
he
location
gave
is
us
up to
the
you guys.
option.
Location
I
on.
think it's myself, of those two.
I'd rather see them on the smaller roof. For one reason,
No, I meant on that roof, whether you pick the north side or the south side.
oh, I see, okay. But at least on that roof, it'll cover most of the roof and it won't be so obvious. This is a little stamp in the middle of this roof.
And I
This
think,
one,
yeah.
the other one, it sort of just takes up the whole roof and
And on the south side, it would be on the, on Belvedere Court. So
no, on the
No, it's on the other
Yeah,
side.
on
North
the
side
north
is
side. It's
Belvedere.
on the
north
south side.
side is.
Yeah, so it's gonna be on the
so
south side,
Right,
which is-
right, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so we agreed, we'll put it on the garage roof.
I guess I was wrong. I said garage and, is it a garage, Jeremy?
When you're looking at the photo, if it's one all the way to the right is actually gonna be the bedroom. If
Yeah.
All the way to the left is the actual garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the
The
driveway
smaller
goes.
building.
Cindy.
As you're
pointed that
looking
out.
at the house,
As you're looking at this photo,
it's the small one on the right.
yep, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, the garage is where the driveway is,
Mhm. Thank you,
Do
Cindy.
you want your pictures back before I, no?
usual.
Maybe not.
Motion?
I'll move to approve with the stipulation that the panels are mounted on the south side of the smaller roof. Say that right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Rose?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Aye.
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 Okay. So the ayes have it. And, so Jeremy, if you would sign this,
Yes, I won't walk away with this.
okay? I will write in here approved with. Right,
Make sure. This is the one.
Is this yours? Do you want it back?
I don't need that.
Okay,
That was the alternate.
okay.
Safe travel.
Will do. Stay warm.
Driven back to Auburn tonight?
This every other week?
Thanks.
All right, see you later.
We have to deal with the one we tabled.
Eileen Street?
We're gonna have to table it again, but we have to, we tabled it to the end of the meeting, so.
All right, but he's not here, right? Nobody's here.
Two more signatures.
As a matter of procedure, we have to untable that one and then table it again until the next meeting, right?
Yeah, that was when I sent you a note.
Assuming
about
they're still not here?
They called on
Oh,
Friday.
this-
and
I think
said-
you did
Yeah,
say
so just
that was the plan, so
31?
again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
to be
right.
safe.
All right, so I'm, I guess a two-step process. I move to untable the 31 Eileen Street
from
application.
the end of the meeting. Okay.
Untable.
Just trying to understand. Second.
Aye.
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 All right, now I move to table 31 Eileen Street until the next meeting.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye, aye, aye.
Aye, aye, aye.
I would.
All right, what is
the
this? What
chairman,
is?
he
what
may
is the Belvedere
suggest
Terrace?
Deny it, period. Start over. You don't sign.
Oh,
You abstained.
oh, well.
That's right, that's right. How soon I forget.
Bring your own pen next time, will you?
Whatever you want. Take any-
All right,
do whatever
I'm
you want.
roasting. I'm roasting.
Yes. Okay. There's one thing that we didn't do, and that is I was going to do it at the beginning of the meeting. We need to elect a chairman for 2022 and the vice chairman. So
And is there also a secretary or a clerk? Or is that the staff position?
the our administrator takes care of the secretarial work and the minutes of the meeting. And so we really don't need a secretary as such. We never have had one.
I move to nominate Richard Gegenworth as chairman.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Aye.
Okay, I won't have to vote for myself, but I'm pleased that you want me to continue on this job. Now, we need a helper when I'm not around. And so we need a vice chair. We have a nomination for that.
I nominate, what'd you say your name was again? Bob Wilkins for vice chair.
I'll second that.
Oh, good. Okay, all in favor of having Bob as
Aye.
the vice chair?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain?
Aye.
Okay. Good. So, let's see. There's one thing, I'll be doing another appeal. This is an appeal in Sandwich. A house was designed and it, after 3 meetings, it got approved. And the neighbor in the area evidently didn't like the design and appealed it. So it will be coming up on, I think it's the 25th.
What is this property, Richard?
It's a house that, it's an antique area, Jarvisville. The Jarvisville section is, I think, about 200 houses altogether in there. It's where the workers from the glass factory lived in these smallish houses close together. And so some of them have gone to wreck. And this particular lot had an old house on it from 1840-ish. And it got torn down. And now this new design will go there in its place. And there was talk about trying to make a replica or modify as a starter kind of, and then modifying it, adding on. And that didn't seem to work out. There's a problem in that it's the houses have to be raised up. Any new construction, it has to be raised up 3 feet or so, and because of flood zone issues. And so it would have been grotesque, I think, to kind of replicate the house and lift it up too, So this one is kind of a compromise on the various factors. And I thought it was a pretty good design. And so we'll see what happens at that meeting. I'll be chairing it. And I've gone down there and looked at the area again and looked at all the drawings and commented. In fact, they're having a meeting in Sandwich tonight. And I noticed that there were errors on the diagrams that were approved. And that I would like to see the true design approved before it comes to appeal. So Sandwich is having a meeting tonight and they'll just appeal, or they'll, okay, the design, basically the same as what they had done. But the difference is, for example, the roof pitch was supposed to be 10/12. And what they agreed to was a drawing which had 12 over 12. So it looked much taller in the design than in actuality, because they had calculated out what the height of the building would be.
Yeah, so that
under
might
different-
help.
On different conditions, you know,
Yeah.
different heights. And so after tonight, we'll get the right drawings and and we'll go from there. So it'll be
Might
an
help it.
interesting meeting.
It's not so tall, might help it a little, not be so grotesque.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I felt, you know, the drawings make it look bigger
Yeah.
and massive. And you cut that down and it looks much more acceptable and proper for the location. Yeah. So we have fun.
Always do.
Good.
Might I kind of introduce myself to the
Yes,
gang? Because
yes.
being your newbie,
Liz Argo was elected in November and has gone through some of the process, I guess, of getting sworn in and all that. So now she's here to work with us.
but I did want everybody to know my background. I'm a Cape Codder. I was born and raised in Orleans. Became a filmmaker. My parents got me into film because we were in the theater. We started the Orleans Arena Theater, which was America's first summer stock theater in the round. And we had, for instance, we were very close with Kurt Vonnegut, and he premiered his shows at my parents' theater. And I made a movie about the theater because it was such a unique upbringing and experience for the many people who went through it. And it's on American Public Television. You can catch it upon occasion. So my intent to preserve, I definitely am a caretaker. Cape Cod is my home. When I worked for the county, which I did for about 10 years, traveling 6A was a true pleasure for me because of the old buildings and I think it's really important to keep it for educational and inspirational spirit reasons. And of course, our tourists love it. So I do believe firmly in keeping Route 6A intact, preserving it. And then I do have a background in solar. So you probably have recognized that, or if you didn't, then there you go. After I was a filmmaker, I got interested in renewable energy. I traveled to Denmark on numerous occasions and was so impressed with that country's ability to wean itself off of fossil fuels and nuclear power. And so I got involved in renewable energy. I ran solar companies in the Southeast region, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. And then the Cape and Vineyard Electric Cooperative picked me up. And that's what I was doing until I retired in February 2020. So that's why I'm a sort of a free agent now to be involved with Old Kings Highway. And I would join you tonight, and I thank you for the invitation. But as you can see, I'm still pretty careful about COVID, nervous Nelly I am about it. So I'll have to take a rain check, but believe me, if there's a bar open and I don't feel nervous, I'm there.
Good. Well, we welcome you and hope that you enjoy it. Solar, right now, we have several, it's usually 2 or sometimes 3 at a meeting now.
Yeah.
But that will phase out after a while too and get back to normal, which was a meeting kind of thing.
Right.
And but there's lots of other interesting things to study and
Oh, yeah.
make judgments on.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
you'll find it
Mhm.
enjoyable, I think.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I just want to say, we work to serve the applicants and work with the applicants. We do not intend to engage in combat with the applicants. So hopefully you got a little flavor of that tonight. And
Not the combat, I would say.
no, the fact that we do not
Good.
engage in combat. So I think you'll enjoy your experience and welcome.
Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 I met you. You met me?
Have I met
I
you?
introduced myself?
Yes. Oop, that's not for me to say.